Hello to all who watch this video. I'm bunmey. Today we have a theory of Izuku, so get your popcorn ready. This is about to begin.
What if Izuku had lost his mother and Toshinori? Complete theory, IzukuXmomoXMina. After the defeat of AFO and the arrest of Shigaraki, Japan finally had a moment of calm. Now they had to focus on rebuilding the damaged buildings. Also, several people could finally mourn the loved ones they had lost. The hero, or rather wannabe hero Deku, who played an important role in the hero's victory, was also in mourning. Due to his neglect, both his mother and father figure had passed away. In this world, All Might still retained the embers of One for All, and with the help of high-tech armor plus the One for All, he could take on his nemesis. Izuku was on his way to help his father figure, but receives a call informing him of something that left the hero frightened. Because a group from the League of Villains. They had kidnapped his mother. Shit. What should I do? Izuku wondered. He clenched his fist in anger. He took one last look at where All Might and AFO's fight was taking place. And went in the opposite direction. Hang in there, Otosan. I'll rescue Mom and then come to your aid. When he arrived at the place where his mother was being held hostage, he was surrounded by several villains. He wasted no time and slaughtered all the villains as he was very angry. No one, absolutely no one, messed with his mother and came out unscathed. He went at high speed and flew to a building where he deduced his mother was. He went through all the rooms and saw nothing. Oka-san! Shouted Izuku worriedly, hoping to find his mother. It was when he was about to enter the last room that he could see that the door had blood stains on it. A lump formed in his throat. And he prayed to whatever deity was willing to listen to him that his mother would be all right. And when he walked in, his world came crashing down. He saw the person he loved most dead on the bed where she was bound hand and foot. What was worse was that she was unclothed and with clear signs that she had been abused, and finally he saw the tears his mother had. Argurgik. A heart-rending scream was heard in that building. Then he received a call that All Might was losing the fight. Izuku, even with the pain of losing his mother, got up. He approaches her and with his hand he closes his mother's eyes. Rest, Oka-san. The villains of this world wish they were never born. Then he kisses his mother's forehead. Izuku, still crying, activates the One for All at 70% and with Nana's floating quirk. He flies away at high speed. When he is a few meters away, he sees how AFO pierces All Might's stomach with his hand. No. Even faster than before, he kicks AFO, sending him flying several meters away. Izuku grabs the dying body of his master. Toshinori with his last strength gives him a smile. He look at you, shonen. You have gone from a weak child to a hero. Little by little the former #1 strength begins to wane. I never. I told you. But I love you. As if you were my son. I would have liked to spend more time with you. Argurgik. Izuku let out a piercing scream. He gritted his teeth in rage. For everything that was happening was the villain's fault. At great speed he left the corpse of his father figure near some heroes who were at the scene. It is noteworthy that AFO suffered a painful death. So did several villains. The hero Deku died that day. Since that fateful day he stopped smiling genuinely. The few times Izuku smiled was when he visited the graves of his two loved ones, but the smile was a sad smile that reflected guilt. He forced himself to smile as he knew his mother would worry if he stopped smiling. Izuku's heart was filled with grief and remorse when he lost Toshinori, his father figure, and his mother due to the ruthless acts of the villains. With the weight of loss on his shoulders, Izuku left behind his hero name, Deku, opting to use only his birth name in his fight against crime. For his name was a reminder of his mother, and he did so to commemorate the loss of his mother. Though grief gripped him, his heroic spirit still burned, fueled by the memory of those he had lost and the desire to protect others from their same fate. With every step he took under the name Izuku, he honored the legacy of those who were gone and vowed never to give in to the darkness that lurked in his heart. One day, Izuku went to Mei's workshop. Knock knock. Come in. She heard from the other side. Izuku walked by and greeted her friend. Mei, who was always madly obsessed with her babies who were her creations, had a look of concern for her best friend. "Hey Izu, it's been 5 months since what happened. It's time for you to talk to someone about how you feel." Izuku looked at her rudely. "Mei, you know I appreciate you." Then, in a deeper voice, he says, "But, you mind your own business and I will mind mine." Izuku hands him his hero suit. "Repair it and put more protection on it, because when I train seriously the suit wears out very easily." Then he leaves. And he doesn't realize that he has left a tearful Mei in his workshop. Both she and everyone knew that Izuku was hurt. And now he was pushing away everyone in his life, and the one who bothered him was beaten and sent to the infirmary. The smile that once lit Izuku's face was now eclipsed by the darkness of the tragedy he experienced. Although his classmates tried to cheer him up with kind gestures, Izuku could no longer find comfort and his smile was almost non-existent. The loss of his loved ones had left an indelible mark on his heart, plunging him into a sea of sadness. Despite the efforts of those around him, Izuku's smile seemed out of reach, drowned by the weight of his sorrows and the burden of his responsibility as a hero. As the Christmas holidays approached, the holiday spirit pervaded the entire AU. Despite their own sadness, their classmates were working hard to create a warm and welcoming atmosphere in the classroom, decorating with bright lights, colorful garlands and festive decorations. The atmosphere was filled with cheerful conversation and laughter, as everyone pitched in with preparations for the celebration. Izuku was always down and didn't participate in anything. The classroom is decorated with twinkling lights and Christmas decorations. Students move around, setting up tables and hanging ornaments. Mina approaches Izuku, who is still sitting at his desk, gazing thoughtfully at the window as he gazes at the sky. Mina, with a smile, she approaches her partner. "Hey, Izuku. How about doing something special for the holidays? Do you have any ideas in mind?" Izuku turns his gaze towards his partner, surprised by Mina's question, but then looks down and shakes his head. "Izuku, no, I don't really have any ideas." "Thank you anyway, Mina." Mina sits on the desk next to Izuku, with a determined expression. "Mina, don't worry, Izuku, we'll find something to make you smile." Izuku nods faintly, though still with a distant look. At that moment, Momo approaches the group, noticing the conversation between Mina and Izuku. She studies Izuku intently, noticing the pain in his eyes. Momo, in a soft tone, asks, "Are you okay, Izuku?" Izuku looks at Momo, surprised by her direct question. After a moment's hesitation, he nods slowly. "Izuku, yeah, I'm fine. I guess I'm just a little tired." Momo frowns slightly, acknowledging Izuku's evasiveness. Momo, in a soft voice, speaks to him, "There seems to be more than just tiredness in your eyes, Izuku. If you need to talk or vent, we're here for you." Izuku lowers his gaze, feeling overwhelmed by the kindness of his companions. "Izuku, thank you, Mina, Momo. Maybe I just need a little time. I'm not ready to talk yet, okay?" Mina and Momo exchange a meaningful look before nodding understandingly. "Mina, we understand, Izuku. But remember that we're here for you, no matter what." Momo nods her head. Exactly what Mina said. "You are not alone, Izuku." Izuku smiles slightly at her companion's comforting words, feeling something warm in her fragile heart. One day later, food court. In the bustling AU food court, students gather to enjoy their break time between classes. Mina and Momo, worried about Izuku, see each other in the crowd, searching for him with their eyes. Mina frowns, "Have you seen Izuku anywhere, Momo?" "I didn't see him today in class." Momo scans the area with her eyes, noticing Izuku's absence. "Momo, no, I haven't seen him either. Maybe he's out getting some air." They both head towards the exit of the food court, determined to find their friend. On their way out, Mina and Momo see Izuku on the rooftop of a nearby building. He is alone and with a grim expression on his face. They rush up to the roof to confront him. Mina, worried, "Izuku, what are you doing here all alone?" Izuku is startled to see Mina and Momo and seems surprised by their presence. Izuku, averting his gaze, "Oh, hi girls. I needed a moment alone." Momo frowns as she notices something in Izuku's hand. "Momo, what do you have there, Izuku?" Izuku hesitates before showing what is in her hand. It was a lit cigarette. Mina and Momo are stunned at the sight of it. Mina shouts, "Izuku, you're smoking." Momo has a disappointed expression on her face. Momo says to him in a disappointed voice, "This isn't right, Izuku, what's happening to you?" Izuku looks down, embarrassed at being caught smoking by her friends. "Izuku, I'm sorry, girls. I shouldn't have done it. It's just, I needed something to calm me down." Mina and Momo exchange a worried look before approaching Izuku with firm determination. "Mina, we understand that you are going through a difficult time, Izuku, but smoking is not the solution." Momo also tells him, "We're here to support you, but you need to find healthier ways to deal with your problems." Izuku nods, grateful for her friend's concern and support. "Izuku, thank you, girls. I'm sorry to have troubled you. I will try to find another way to solve this." Mina and Momo smile tenderly, relieved by their friend's decision. "Mina, that's all we ask, Izuku. We're here to help you with whatever you need." Momo nods her head. "Izuku, exactly. You are not alone in this." The three remain silent for a moment, sharing a feeling of camaraderie and support as they face the challenges ahead together. Mina and Momo sit next to Izuku, while still on the rooftop, enjoying the warm afternoon sun. After a moment of silence, Mina decides to break the ice and strike up a conversation. "Hey, Izuku, have you ever wondered what hobby makes you happy?" Izuku looks up, puzzled by Mina's question, but then smiles slightly. Izuku answers her, "No, I've never thought about it. But I guess I've always been interested in flying kites, even though I never had the chance to do it as a kid." Mina and Momo exchange surprised looks before Mina smiles enthusiastically. "Mina, that sounds great, Izuku. Why haven't you done it before?" Izuku lowers his gaze, feeling a little uncomfortable, as he didn't like to reminisce about his past. "Well, when I was a kid, I didn't have many friends to do those things with. I was always alone, so I never had the chance to experience simple things like flying a kite." Momo puts a comforting hand on Izuku's shoulder. "I'm sorry, Izuku, I didn't want you to feel bad, but now that we're here, why don't we try it together?" Izuku looks up, surprised by Momo's proposal, but then smiles shyly. "That would be great. Thank you very much." Mina claps her hands enthusiastically. "Then it's settled. Let's go kite flying this weekend." Izuku nods, excited at the prospect of finally realizing one of his childhood dreams. Izuku replies with excitement in his heart, "Yes, we'll definitely do that." Momo smiles, satisfied that she has found a way to help Izuku relax and have fun without the burden of his anxieties. Momo with a smile, "Hee, I'm looking forward to seeing your kite skills. It will be a fun weekend for all of us." The three friends look at each other excitedly, ready to make plans for their weekend together, full of laughter and new experiences. Time skip, Saturday location unknown. Izuku, Mina and Momo stand in front of a luxurious house on a tropical island, surrounded by lush vegetation and hearing the soothing sound of the ocean in the background. Mina smiles nervously as she looks around, while Izuku has a bead of sweat on his forehead, visibly overwhelmed by the situation. Mina, laughing nervously, "When the three of us were told to go out together, I didn't expect to travel to a private island. Still, this is amazing." Izuku nods with a slight smile, although he looks a bit shocked by the situation. Izuku, still with the bead of sweat, "Yes, it's really amazing, but, was it necessary to use a private jet to come here?" Momo approaches Izuku and Mina, with a reassuring smile on her face. Momo kindly says, "I understand that this may come as a bit of a surprise. But this is our chance to relax and enjoy some time together away from all the stress of everyday life." Mina nods, trying to control her excitement. "You are right, Momo. Let's make this the best trip ever." Izuku smiles, feeling more relaxed seeing the positive attitude of her friends. Izuku, yes, you're right. Let's enjoy it to the fullest. The three friends share a smile, excited about the adventure that awaits them on the island. With a great sense of camaraderie, together they enter the luxurious house, ready to create unforgettable memories during their time together in paradise. After a day full of fun and adventure, the sun begins to set over the lush tropical island. Mina and Momo happily watch the increasingly frequent smile on Izuku's face as they enjoy the warm afternoon breeze. Mina, smiling, I'm glad to see you're relaxing, Izuku. You really look wonderful when you smile. Izuku smiles shyly, grateful for Mina's words. Izuku, thank you, Mina. You guys are really wonderful too. And this place was great. Momo nods enthusiastically. Momo, I agree. This place is really magical. And flying kites was a brilliant idea, Izuku. It really helped us relax. Izuku nods with a smile. I'm glad you liked it. It was fun to remember one of the things I always wanted to do as a kid. With the sun disappearing over the horizon, Izuku offers to cook for her friends. After asking her about her food tastes, she gets to work in the kitchen, in order to prepare a tasty meal for her friends. Mina, amazed, wow, Izuku. I had no idea you could cook. Izuku smiles as she prepares the ingredients. Izuku, well, I learned a little from my mother. I hope you like what I prepare. After a while, Izuku presents his culinary creation to Mina and Momo, who can't hide their amazement and delight at tasting the food. Momo, excited, this is amazing, Izuku. I didn't know you cook so well. Mina nods with her mouth full of food, smiling widely. Mina, yes, it's delicious. You really have a special talent, Izuku. Izuku smiles modestly, happy to be able to offer her friends an enjoyable experience. Izuku, I'm glad you like it. I'm happy to be here with you too. The three of them continue to enjoy the food and company, sharing laughter and lively conversations under the starry sky of the island. At that moment, they knew this trip would be one they would remember forever. Night envelopes the luxurious house as Mina and Momo retire to their rooms to rest after a day full of emotions. However, first thing in the morning, both are awakened by small rumblings that echo throughout the island. Mina, somewhat sleepy, did you hear that, Momo? Momo, also awake, nods her head in the darkness of the room. Yes, it sounds like someone is banging on something outside. Both girls exchange uneasy glances before creeping out of their rooms and heading towards the beach. As they get closer, they make out the figure of Izuku training intensely on the sand. Mina, surprised, it's Izuku. What's he doing here at this hour? Momo frowns, noticing the expression of anger and fury on her friend's face, as she punches the air hard. Momo, worried, I don't know, but he seems very focused, and angry. They both cautiously approach Izuku, who doesn't seem to notice their presence as he continues his training. Izuku was still punching the air roughly. You could see the anger and rage in every punch he threw. Mina, in a low voice speaks to her friend, Izuku, what are you doing here at this hour? Izuku stops abruptly, surprised to see Mina and Momo. His expression of anger slowly fades, replaced by a look of surprise and some embarrassment. Izuku takes a slightly shaken breath, I'm sorry, girls. I didn't mean to pick you up. Momo approaches in concern. Why are you training so early, Izuku? Is everything okay? Izuku looks down, feeling uncomfortable explaining his behavior. I can't sleep. I have too many things on my mind. And I needed to clear my mind. Mina and Momo exchange worried glances, aware that something must be deeply troubling their friend. Mina tenderly speaks to him, Izuku, I understand that you are going through a difficult time, but you don't have to face it alone. We are here for you. Momo nods her head. Exactly. You don't have to carry all the weight by yourself. We're in this together. Izuku nods, trying to keep his smile, but his expression suddenly tightens. A wave of painful memories floods his mind, reminding him of the loss of his mother and father figure. Izuku, with a faltering voice, "Girls. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling well." Mina and Momo notice Izuku's change of attitude and approach her worriedly. Mina, in a soft tone, speaks to him, "Are you okay, Izuku?" Izuku struggles to contain his emotions, but finally the pain takes over and he collapses on the ground, sobbing. Izuku, crying, "I can't take this pain anymore. I can't take it anymore." Mina and Momo run to his side and hug him to comfort him. Momo, in a sympathetic voice, "Izuku, you are not alone. We're here to help you." Mina nods, her eyes filled with tears of worry. "You don't have to carry this alone. We're with you, no matter what." Izuku clings to her friends, feeling the weight of grief and guilt crushing her. Izuku, between sobs, but I feel it's my fault, that I couldn't protect them." Mina and Momo exchange worried glances, determined to dispel the prospects clouding their friend's mind. Mina, with determination, "Izuku, listen to us. It's not your fault what happened. You can't control everything." Momo nods her head. Mina, with determination, "Exactly. Don't blame yourself for things that are out of your control." Izuku looks at his friends, feeling a mixture of gratitude and despair in his heart. Izuku, with a broken voice, "What should I do then? How can I move on?" Mina and Momo look at each other with determination, determined to help their friend find the light in the midst of so much darkness. Mina, with a firm voice, speaks to her friend, "The two of us. We'll help you move forward, no matter what." Momo nods with a comforting smile. Momo, "Exactly. You are not alone in this. We'll always be here for you." Izuku clings tightly to her friends, feeling a glimmer of hope in the midst of her own darkness. With Mina and Momo's support, she is aware that she can find the strength to move forward and face her inner demons. In the room of the island house, Mina and Momo lie down next to Izuku, who thanks them tenderly. Izuku, with gratitude, "Thank you, girls, for being here with me. It means a lot to me." Mina and Momo smile sweetly, their cheeks tinged with a slight blush. Mina, in a soft voice, "There's nothing to worry about, Izuku. We are here to help you." Momo, nodding, "Exactly. You're not alone in this." Izuku smiles back at them, feeling a comforting warmth in his heart. However, she doesn't notice the blush on her friend's cheeks. Izuku, hugging Mina and Momo, "Thank you again. It means a lot to me to have your support." Mina and Momo hug him back, feeling the comforting beat of his heart next to theirs. Mina rubs his hair, "Don't worry, Izu. We are here to heal your heart." Momo smiles, "Exactly. Together we'll get through everything." Izuku is overwhelmed by the warmth and tenderness of her friends. With a sigh of relief, he lies down between them, feeling safe and secure. Mina and Momo, snuggled up next to Izuku, share a knowing glance before leaning over to kiss him on the cheek. Mina affectionately speaks to him, "Good night, Izu." Momo nods her head. "Rest well, Izuku." Izuku smiles, feeling lucky to have two such wonderful friends. He returns the gesture with a kiss on the cheek to each of them. "Good night, girls. Thank you for all you've done for me, I love you both." With a sense of peace in their hearts, the three friends snuggle together, ready to drift off into a relaxing sleep. The sun shines overhead as Izuku, Mina and Momo enjoy their last day together on the tropical island. Mina dives into the water for a swim while Momo lies on the sand, enjoying the warm sun on her skin. Izuku is having fun surfing the waves, but is soon called out by Momo. Momo, smiling, "Izuku, could you help me put sunscreen on my back?" Izuku nods with a smile and approaches Momo with sunscreen in hand. Mina watches the scene from a distance, feeling a slight tingle of jealousy inside. Izuku, "Sure, Momo. No problem." Momo, upon feeling Izu's touch, unintentionally lets out a slight moan from the pleasure, as Izuku was really good at applying sunscreen to her body. Mina, seeing the interaction between Izuku and Momo, decides to join them. She takes off the shirt she was wearing and approaches Izuku. Mina, somewhat blushing, "Izuku, would you put sunblock on me too?" Izuku nods, feeling a little nervous at Mina's request. He approaches her and starts to apply the blocker, but just like with Momo, he feels a strange sensation of electricity when he touches her skin. Izuku and Mina share an awkward moment as the moan she let out was audible to everyone, while Momo watches curiously from her place in the arena. She also feels a strange emotion as she observes the interaction between her two friends. Momo, to herself, what's going on here? Why do I feel something strange in my chest? Meanwhile, Izuku continues to apply the blocker to Mina, becoming more and more aware of the closeness between them and the emotions that begin to arise. Mina, sensing the intensity of the moment, decides to break the ice. Mina, with a nervous smile, thank you, Izuku. I think that's enough blocker. Izuku nods, feeling a lump in his throat. Yes, of course. No problem, Mina. The three friends are silent for a moment, processing the emotions that have arisen between them. Meanwhile, the sun continues to shine overhead, illuminating their last day together on the tropical island. After the exciting day at the beach, Izuku, Mina and Momo decide to relax a bit at home before dinner. They sit together on the terrace, enjoying the gentle breeze and the beautiful sunset over the ocean. Izuku, smiling, today has been an amazing day, don't you think? I feel enormously grateful to have shared these moments with you too. Mina and Momo nod enthusiastically, reflecting the joy in their eyes. Momo, of course, Izuku. It has been a wonderful day. Mina, with a smile, yes, I agree. I will never forget this trip we have made together. Izuku looks at her friends, feeling a warm connection between the three of them. Neither will I. And I'm sure I will always carry these memories in my heart and treasure them forever. Suddenly, the ringing of Izuku's phone interrupts the conversation. He takes it out of his pocket and checks the message. Izuku, with surprise, looks like it's about time to go to dinner. The food being cooked should be ready by now. Momo and Mina get up, ready to enjoy their last dinner together on the island. Momo enthusiastically, then we shouldn't still be here. Let's go eat. Mina, yes, I'm hungry too. The three friends head towards the hall, excited about what awaits them. As they walk together, they share complicit glances, knowing that this experience has further strengthened their bond of friendship. In the living room of the luxurious island house, Izuku, Mina and Momo meet for dinner. Mina sits next to Izuku, showing signs of affection such as playing with his hair or stealing a smile from time to time. Momo, for her part, watches the scene with a neutral expression, not participating in her friend's cheesiness, though something starts to feel inside her. Mina, with a sweet smile, Izu, can you pass me the salt? Izuku nods and passes the salt to Mina, smiling kindly. Mina takes the opportunity to subtly touch his hand. Izuku, here you go, Mina. Momo observes the interaction between Mina and Izuku with a slight nod, as she was starting to feel strange and wonders why. Momo, to herself, what's wrong with Mina, she seems to be very affectionate today. Izuku and Mina continue to converse animatedly, as Mina leans towards Izuku from time to time, showing off her attributes in an obvious way. Momo, however, remains quiet, concentrating on enjoying her dinner. Momo, turning to Izuku, your food is really fantastic, someday you should teach me a couple of tricks. Izuku turns to Momo, giving her a smile and nodding, as he liked the idea of spending more time with her. Mina smiles, but can't help but interrupt the conversation. Mina, with a playful look, you know, Izuku. I think the food is not the only thing exceptional today. She said this while winking at Izuku. Izuku smiles, grateful for Mina's compliment, while Momo watches the scene with a slight pout for being easily ignored. Momo, thought to herself, looks like Mina is in her own world today. In the room of the house on the island, Izuku, Mina and Momo prepare to go to sleep after a day full of emotions. Mina, with a somewhat flirtatious tone, proposes to sleep next to Izuku. Mina, how about sleeping together tonight, Izuku-kun? Izuku and Momo are a little surprised by Mina's suggestion. Momo, feeling a strange tingling in her stomach, decides not to stay behind. Momo, yes, it sounds good. We'll be comfortable all together. Izuku, feeling a bit overwhelmed by the situation, nods shyly. The three of them lie down together on the bed, with Mina and Momo hugging Izuku as they prepare to sleep. Mina, whispering, "Good night, Izuku. Have sweet dreams." Momo also whispers good night as she settles closer to Izuku. Momo, "Good night, Izuku. Have a good rest." Izuku, very nervous about the closeness of his friends, tries to relax and close his eyes. However, his face is completely red and he can't help but feel uncomfortable. Izuku speaks to himself, "Oh, this is so embarrassing." Minutes pass, but Izuku is still awake, unable to fall asleep due to the uncomfortable situation he is in. Mina and Momo, completely calm and relaxed, have already fallen asleep while hugging Izuku. In the middle of the quiet of the night, while everyone is sleeping together in bed, an unexpected event occurs. Mina, in an unintentional move, places her hand between Izuku's crotch, while Momo, also without realizing it, has her breasts close to Izuku's face. Izuku, completely stunned by the situation, is in a state of bewilderment and nervousness. He has never experienced anything like this before, and is completely overwhelmed by the sensations that come over him. Izuku, in his mind, what's going on? Despite his efforts to remain calm, Izuku feels unable to fall asleep. The uncomfortable sensations and tension in the room keep him awake, and the lack of sleep becomes more and more apparent as the night progresses. He will never forget that day. Some time had passed and already the three friends were on their way back. The private jet buzzed gently in the air as Izuku, Mina and Momo returned home after their exciting trip around the tropical island. However, the atmosphere inside the plane was tense and fraught with nervousness. Mina and Momo, sitting in their seats, kept a deep blush on their faces, remembering the compromising situation they were in when they woke up that morning. It was impossible for them to look at Izuku without feeling embarrassed, and every time they did, their faces became even redder and they began to stutter. And every time their gazes met Izuku's, they felt the blush rise to their cheeks and words stuck in their throats. Izuku, for his part, also felt uncomfortable. Although he tried to keep his composure, he couldn't help but feel nervous about his friends' reactions. Every time he tried to make conversation, Mina and Momo seemed to get even more nervous, which made him even more nervous. The tension in the atmosphere was palpable, and none of the three knew how to break the ice. However, as the jet continued its journey home, they knew that eventually they would have to face the situation and talk about what had happened that morning. The three friends, arriving in time for the Christmas festivities, put aside uncomfortable thoughts and plunged headlong into the joy of the moment. Amidst the festive music and the tantalizing aroma of Christmas food in the air, Izuku, Mina and Momo joined their class celebration with renewed enthusiasm. They indulged in the Christmas spirit, sharing laughter and creating memories that would fill their hearts. They all participated in festive games, shared carefully wrapped gifts and indulged in delicious treats. The music and merriment of the Christmas party continued to fill the atmosphere, but Mina and Momo noticed Izuku's absence. They exchanged complicit glances, both aware of where their friend might be at that moment. She worried about her friend. They made their way to the rooftop, where they found their friend deep in thought under the glow of the stars. Seeing them approach, Izuku gave them a warm smile, but his gesture became even more surprising when he pulled out a guitar that had been hidden by his side the whole time. Mina and Momo exchanged looks of confusion as Izuku began to play a soft melody with the guitar strings. Suddenly, Izuku began to sing. Mina and Momo's surprise turned to disbelief as they heard the lyrics of the song. Izuku was confessing to them through music, expressing his deepest and most sincere feelings. Mina and Momo blushed intensely, instinctively covering their mouths with their hands as they listened to every word of the song. They looked at each other, unable to believe what they were hearing, but as the song continued, their hearts began to pound. Finally, when Izuku finished singing, Mina and Momo couldn't hold back anymore. They ran to their friend, hugging him tightly as tears of emotion flooded their eyes. Mina, in a trembling voice, "Izuku, that was amazing. We didn't know you felt that way about us." Momo, nodding excitedly, yes, it was beautiful. Thank you for trusting us with your feelings, and it was a nice gesture that you did it through music. Izuku smiled, hugging her friends tenderly. Thank you, girls, for always being there for me. I love you more than I can express in words alone. The three friends hugged each other tightly, feeling more than ever the affection and strength of their friendship. In the middle of the starry night, they shared a moment of deep connection that sealed their bond forever. Under the vast starry sky, Izuku and the girls stood on the rooftop, embracing. The cool night air enveloped the entire area, but they were kept warm by the embrace they shared. Izuku looked at Mina and Momo with firm determination in his eyes. Girls, I want you to know that I promise to protect you and do everything I can to make you happy. Mina and Momo smiled, their eyes shining with excitement. Mina speaks to her while she had a few tears of happiness. Izuku, that means a lot to us. We know we can always count on you. Momo nodded enthusiastically. Yes, Izuku. You are a very important part of our lives, and I know we will be happy with you in our lives. The three were still in a warm embrace, in a moment of deep connection and affection. Izuku felt grateful to have both women and friends by his side. Izuku, thank you, girls. I love you very much. Mina, we love you too, Izu. Momo, no doubt. We couldn't ask for a better person than you. In that moment of closeness and emotion, Izuku felt an irrepressible urge to express his love to them. Slowly, he approached Mina and kissed her tenderly, sealing their commitment with a gesture of love. Momo watched in surprise and excitement as Izuku turned to her, her heart pounding as she waited her turn. Momo, I also want you to know how much you mean to me. And how much I love you. I don't know what I would do if neither of you were in my life. Without a word, Izuku walked up to Momo and kissed her with the same passion and devotion as he kissed Mina. The three friends lost themselves in the sweet moment of love and friendship that enveloped them, feeling a deeper connection than ever before. When they parted, their hearts beat in unison, filled with a love unlike anything they had ever experienced before. The three of them stood on the rooftop, embracing, sharing the promise of a future filled with happiness, adventure, and a love that would transcend the passage of time. With the bond of love and friendship between Izuku, Mina, and Momo, the future seemed bright and full of hope. Their union would not only strengthen their own resolve, but also inspire future generations of heroes. From their love and commitment would be born young heroes, with the will and determination of their parents. These mighty heroes would carry on their parents' legacy and work tirelessly to make the world a better place. Guided by the values of justice, compassion and teamwork instilled by Izuku, Mina and Momo, these new heroes would defend the innocent, fight injustice and protect the weak. Over time, the world would be transformed into a place where everyone could live in peace and harmony, thanks to the legacy of love and sacrifice left by these three friends. Their story would become a symbol of hope and inspiration for generations to come, always remembering that even in the darkest of times, love and friendship can be the light that guides the way to a better future. End of story. Today's question: do you want me to send greetings at the end of the video? If so, write it in the comments, and in certain videos I will put the greetings. Remember that every Sunday I will take some time to read the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I was meditating, and when I see that I do not have the necessary time, then I will publish stories that are not mine, although they will be few times, and in the video will be put who is the theory, and in the description itself I will also put the original author.